the intention of this workshop or the intention of this video as you are watching it is to let you know how to create a dream board. Okay, so kind of a video where you see really you can run as a facilitator in anywhere and everywhere. I really hope, okay, I will use the word hope because it's quite impossible for everyone in Singapore to know how to do Dreamboard, but at least, you know, if I speak to 10 people, I will have at least 8 people that tells me they know what is a Dreamboard and they have done a Dreamboard before, because either they are inspired by you watching this or you facilitating this. Alright, so my name is Jennifer. Welcome. Welcome to this video, and just a little bit some background. I started the whole initiative called Dream Big Singapore back in 2022, and we actually got the Singapore Book of Record for the largest number of Dreamboard display, where you can see we have achieved 857 Dreamboard. Some background context of Dream Big Singapore is it was post-COVID, and the idea was to create the largest number of Dreamboard display in Singapore to break the Singapore Book of Record. And we have certain values. So one of our value was really courage, let's not be affected by COVID, you know. And the second one was actually inspire, really to get inspired again to dream big this time round in whatever areas that you want. And of course, in our Dream Big Singapore, there is a certain theme to it, and be excellent, which is the Singapore Book Record as a form of measurement. And last but not least is unity. We wanted to bond Singaporeans together as stronger as we stand together. As we stand together stronger, we can make a bigger impact together as well. I mean, my dream is that every Singaporean know what is a dream board, or at least have heard or done a dream board before. Through this video, I wholly my wish that you have been inspired to do your own as well. I just want to show you a digital version and how do you get involved in Dream Big Singapore. Okay, and our tagline is creating Dreamboard with passions. And passions in the Latin word, in the root word, is the willingness to suffer. Okay, so to suffer for your dreams is all worth it. Okay, it's all worth it. And the digital version, if you can see this, as I already mentioned, you can use your laptop, use some pictures and image. The image actually is best represent what is that dreams for you. So the question that I always ask during my workshop, right, is these 3 questions. And as a facilitator, you're watching this, where you are going to prepare to facilitate any Dream Big Singapore workshop. I am going to predict that it's going to be a lot. These are the 3 questions. Okay, the first question is, what is your dream? What is your dream? Or dreams, right? And a second question, why is it important? And last but not least, how would you feel when you achieve it? The intention of the questions, okay? First, of course, what is your dream is, what do you really want, okay? Second is, so why is this dream important, right? We always say you got to know your why, you got to know your meaning of why are you doing what you are doing, right? And then last but not least, right, emotions has a very powerful energy. So emotions, right, if you break it down, is energy in motions. Okay, so feel is really how do you feel when you achieve it. So if you notice, if you know, if you have watched the previous video about Thy Dreams Matters theory, right, about E is for enthusiasm, right? Enthusiasm is to be inspired and to see God, right? If you are enthusiastic or you are very excited about your dream, right? If your feeling is like, this is important to me, this is why I want to do this is how I'm going to get there, right? What do you think? Do you think your higher percentage of achieving your dream, or it's a lower percentage of achieving your dream? Okay, I would think that you say higher. Okay, so yes, so let me continue. So this is a digital board, as I mentioned. So there is 5 team where we were doing this Dream Big Singapore, and this is also how you're going to educate, or this is educate. Okay, this is how you're going to tell the people that you're going to train, or to teach them how to do Dreamboard, and for yourself on how to do Dreamboard. So the 5 teams are. I'm trying to recycle paper, so I'm going to swap the. I'm trying to 环保 here. So yeah, I'm also recycling a lot of all these old magazines. Although I know that in the magazine is sort of outdated, but if you are looking for magazines, if you are thinking of doing Dreamboard but you don't have magazine or anything, just drop us a message, PM us, write to us. We will send you a few magazines. Somehow I have a lot of magazines, and I wish to have more if we are intended to do more of this thing. So the 5 teams for Dream Big Singapore are, not forgetting the first one is Singapore. What is your dream for Singapore? Okay. Second one, personal life. So for me, my personal life dream, right, is to travel around the world. Okay. And then we have relationship. We have health. And last but not least, we have wealth. So if you are a student doing this, right, your wealth can be, what kind of career do you want to do? And however you want to define. My own dream board during Dream Big Singapore was this. So my Singapore was to have more change makers. Okay, more change makers that has idea for a better world. And then personal life, travel around the world, as mentioned. Relationships is this picture represents relationships, that I'm continued being in the community, to be with people and build meaningful and connected relationships. And this is my health, my meditations mode, right? To always be in peace and be able to do a lot of my meditations practice. Okay. And last but not least, this is a picture of my book launch, of me launching my book in 2019, where in terms of wealth and career, it's really something that you can see that I'm very happily laughing, and yeah, so I want to have a very meaningful and happy career in my life for the rest of my life as well. So this is my dream board. So without any further ado, I'm going to do a live demonstrations on how do you do a dream board. So I am doing my dream board for 2023. Okay, so you can see it's a bit messy already. So be prepared for messiness. Materials like stationery, markers, glue. If you don't have glue, you can use scotch tape, scissors. All these materials, we have it. We as in like Dream Big Singapore has it, I have it, or the office have it, whatever. Yeah, so in event that your organizations or you want to do this very meaningful work, this dream board, connect with us. We were very happy to reach out and connect with you to help you with the resources, or if you need a facilitators to come down and do. Myself, or I have a group of trained facilitators that are able to do this as well in your corporate setting or even in schools. Okay, so one of the largest dream board that I have done was for my alumni school in Bukit Batok Secondary School, where we did it for the graduations classes, the N-level and O-levels during September, where I was on stage. So I was on stage. So this is drawn by one of the students. I was on stage and then I was, telling them how to do dream board. So there was about 200 over packs doing this thing. But it's so cute, right? So yeah. Okay, so you can have stickers. You can do it the small version, which is the A4 kind of board, or A3. This is the A3 paper. So I'm going to use the A3 paper, and based on the 5 teams, right? As I mentioned. So I'm just gonna do a quick one, okay? My year this year will be pretty busy, pretty interesting, and there will be lots of. So these are the card magazine that I brought from my office, and okay, so you can just for magazine wise it's easier. I mean, okay, not much easier, no difference between a physical board and a digital board. Magazine is you really have a chance to really flip magazines, and yeah, and really you need to time yourself, okay? For our big events like the one that I mentioned, Bukit Batok SEC, or even in corporate, right, what we do, right, is that we really time them to use 15 minutes. Okay, it's like, okay, you can do 20 minutes and even 30 minutes, but I'm just saying that you have to time, okay? Time is part of your dreams creations, right? Time and tide wait for no man, right? So it's the same thing, right? If I give you 1 hour, you're gonna use 1 hour. If I give you 30 minutes, you're also gonna use 30 minutes, right? So when I always tell the participant, right, if you can finish it in 15 minutes, it's a start. If you can't finish it, you can always continue and add on. So if you notice, this is actually an add-on. This is actually an add-on. This is from September, right? So these are add-on. So a dream board can always constantly be add-on as well to to create the kind of meanings that you put into it. Okay, so a dream can be a very personal thing, okay, and it can be very, as I mentioned in my theory, right? You need to take courage. That's why one of our value was also courage, right? Like dare to say, okay, this is what I want, and making it happen. This is my health. I want to eat healthier, and in fact, one of the decorations, right? When I say one of the things that I declare or to make clear to the world, right, is I want to eat 1 vegetarian meal a day. Yeah, a dream is never fixated. Yes, you have to set a destination. You have to set directions for where you want to go, like what I'm doing, like I'm sort of like doing this, like setting a direction and a tonality for it, right? But it doesn't need to be, oh, what's this? I die also must have this, right? If along the way the dreams doesn't make you happy anymore, right, then don't continue lah, just do something different. So I'm going to use a sticker right now because I can't find my dream car is to have a Mercedes, which is a yellow color one. So I don't have, so I'm just gonna use a sticker. This one is a taxi lah, but I don't want to drive taxi lah. Although we have taxi in, so I'm gonna cut off this. Represent yellow color. Okay, I'm gonna put here. Then I'm gonna write something. I am, in terms of dream board, right? My dream board are usually very wordy, like a lot of words. I started doing dream board since I was 21 with my first dream board, and if there is chance, I would definitely love to show you my evolve of my dream board making. Every year I do one actually to, use it as a visual tool for what I really want to get in my dreams. So this year, we started the YouTube channel. As you're watching this, do like and subscribe, and that why attitude is more important than IQ? Yeah, I think this is very good question. And I think for me this year is really, creating this, doing this YouTube channel is really our comfort zone, I must say, and is something that we never done it before. And I started, I had a lot of this women's picture on this side, right? One of the intention was really this year to do more women's work as I I want to move myself towards, you know, having like an opening shot, right? A women's voice. I think all of us, especially women, where I think, you know, interestingly, this one came. What makes human beings special, right? So yeah, right. It's whatever magazine that I bring here is not been like vet or whatever. It just happened to be. I just draw out for today's video making, and as I mentioned, right, I have not really done Dreamboard for 2023. So this is actually a 2023 Dreamboard. And I think this is also a very good question, right? Like, what makes human being special? Just like, you know what, and one of the plan this year is actually what are the future summit? Yeah, so this represent like, you know, sort of like goodness, colorful, and love. Love is like the fundamental of, you know, the work that I do. So if I were to summarize, right, Singapore, I think, like, for me, this is sort of the work that I want to do more. Like, you know, more women to have their voices. Like, you know, what makes human beings special. Like, we're gonna have this summit that is happening with SkillsFuture Singapore. So I think it will be very interesting. Personal life, I think for me, is really continue to be in happiness, and really to check my attitude and trusting that, you know, in everything, that there is a reason behind it. Relationships, I don't have relationship pictures, right? Yeah, actually this one also can symbolize relationship, like human being. Health wise, of course, I mentioned healthy, and then wealth. I don't have my B channel. I'm going to draw. I'm going to write instead. So this is the wealth portion. So our idea was to have 100k subscriber. Okay, and then I'll get a little bit of my wealth, my Mercedes car. That's the dream, or at least have a car. That's the goal, was to have a car by April. And yeah, relationship, with that. Thank you very much. So this is a physical dream board. Good. So there's two ways of doing dream board. One way of doing dream board is like what I did just now. It's like a very freestyle. I just take the magazine, I just see what I like intuitively, I just draw out, and then like sort of, then it's at the end of it speaks a message for me. Okay, like it's like truly what I really desire, in a sense, but probably it's like a subconscious message that I want to bring out to the world. There's another type is you really ground yourself for a good 5 minutes, like, or even 10 minutes, like a meditation. Like, really ask yourself the questions of what is my dream, why is this important, and, you know, how will I feel when I achieve it, right? Just really ask yourself this question in a loop, you know, keep asking, and then you see what kind of answers. You know, our brain is very, very clever. Okay, every question you ask our brain, you always have an answer. Okay, that's why I always say question hook your mind. Okay, if you are stuck in anywhere, right, always just ask yourself questions, okay, to get you out of your stuckness. Okay, so this is a sidetrack thing. So yeah, so I mean, in all honesty, have I visualized an image like this? The answer is no. But actually, because there's this theory called phototherapy. Okay, so phototherapy is, you can always create a story from the image that you create. Like, so this is my dream board. So I have already shared with you, right? Like, I have no plan, or I don't know what came out, what I really want to put in. And always remember that you can also change and replace it. Okay, so if this is, example, this is stick, right? And if one fine day you flip another magazine, or you find another image that you think, oh, it better represent this particular theme, or, you know, or even if your dream board, you have achieved some of it and you want to replace something, or you want to add on, right? You can always add on. And of course, you can also recreate a new one. Means you can, like, imagine, like, take a brand new piece of paper and do it on your own. Okay, just remember, don't overthink this process. Just trust your intuitions, and whatever image that jump out to you is whatever image that jump out to you. For physical, this is like a physical board, as I mentioned, or, you know, a digital board wise, it's really to find out the image that best represent your dreams. Okay. whatever you see just now and whatever that's happening now is quite different and very different. So I changed quite a bit along the way. So as I mentioned, right, you can always change your dream board, right, like a before and after. So always remember, okay, you need to write the date and then sign off with your name. Why do you sign off with your name? So that you have the ownership that this is your dreams, okay, and it matters, alright? So a conclusion of what is going to happen for my 2023, right, is love is always the base of my things that I do. So love life, and this is the women work that I was talking about. We need to create some conversations around being a balanced woman. And there is a major conference that is happening where B is the official channel. So what makes human beings special? We are going to have a World of the Future Summit together. So this is one of the summit that's going to happen for 2023. And then dreams are made here. Happiness, B is the channel, 100K. My very small Merc is still here, my car. So I really determined to want to own a car this year. So that's my dream, and really making impact. Intimate relationships, and I'm going to take some insurance exams. So these are some of the insurance exams that I time and type with a no man, so I put a clock to remind me. So are you covered enough? This is my professional work that I do. And then of course I mentioned the diet wise, vegetarian once a day. But yeah, with that I summarized it. So if I were to put it in the 5 themes that I share about, this would be Singapore, some of the work that we will be doing. And personal life is probably around here, that I really want to make an impact, health. And then this is the career part. And what did I miss out? Singapore, personal life, health, relationships here, right? And wealth. So pretty much cover everything. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if you want to find out more how to do a dream board, or you want to do a dream board in your corporates or in schools, that you don't have the materials or you need someone to kind of facilitate, you can always just drop us an email, connect with us, and we are very happy to make this dream come true, that every Singaporean know how to make dream boards. So yeah, stay tuned. See you. Bye.